Most people would agree that getting older sucks. However, I'm in better shape in my 50s than I was in my 40s. Why? Because I follow some real simple principles. Before you even come through the door, you need to know what you're doing. Now, that doesn't mean you need to have a sports science degree. That means you have a training diary, so you plan it out. We've all seen Mike and Sarah in these commercial gyms every day on the cross trainer doing the same thing day in, day out, week in, week out. And do you know what? They never change. Why? Because they don't write it down and it's not progressive. So get your training diary, look what you did last week and change it. Change isn't necessarily dramatic, so you don't need to rewrite the rule book. What you do need to do is make sure it's progressive. So last week, look at what you trained. Did you complete all your sets and all your reps? If so, just simply up the weight slightly. It doesn't have to be massive, it's just progressive. Try to revamp your training every 6 weeks. Now, revamp your training can be really, really simple. So, you might, for 6 weeks, progressively get heavier on a narrow grip. And then for the next 6 weeks, go wider. What you're doing there is recruiting different muscle fibres. So you're just changing it up, a real simple way of progressing. Another good way of doing it is changing from machines to dumbbells, because you're going to recruit more muscle fibres. Why? Because the machine takes it in one plane, whereas you've got to stop it going in all directions. So your body is working and recruiting more muscle fibres because it's working harder. One of the biggest changes that I introduced was forced intensity training. What that is most people will pick a number. Let's say it's 8, let's say it's 10. When they get to 8, they will stop. Forced intensity training is pick the number, try to go beyond that number, whether it's 9, 11, 12, so every set is to fail. Mike and Sarah have stayed the same, we've established that. But what about Tommy and Gina? They actually train. They actually work hard, but they're still not changing. Why? Because they're not looking at the outside of the gym. Because you should look at your food intake. You should be eating or drinking a protein shake every 3 hours. So your body will actually burn off more fat because it's actually digesting food all day as opposed to just there and there, which a lot of people do only eat twice a day. 3 times a day isn't even enough. You want to be looking at 6 times a day. Make sure you get lots of rest because you recover when you rest, so you sleep. So make sure you try to get your 8 hours. It's not easy as we get older because there's a lot of pressures on us in life, as in work and everything else, and family. So always look at the simple principles that you can do. I am now the same weight, size, shape, better shape than I was when I was in my 30s and my 40s. So people say you cannot gain muscle, you cannot maintain muscle. It's rubbish. It's just about consistency. If you go to definitionnutrition.com, you'll see loads of free information there on workouts, there's videos, there's diets, recipes, there's everything that you need. Of course, there is the lovely definitionnutrition.com supplements. Remember, Definition Nutrition. It's lovely tasting shakes, but it's nutrition that defines you.